Good early evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while wearing several layers of clothing here on my porch while coming at you thoughts of the day. And look at this hairdo. It's really funny. I'm just going to leave it that way. Sticking up like alfalfa. Oh, my God. Okay, the reason why I'm getting at you is because I just want to know how you feel about something. You know how I rarely go on about Donald Trump because I figure that everybody under the sun goes on about Donald Trump enough. And I don't really need to go on about Donald Trump, but there's something really upsetting me about Donald Trump and what he did. And I would like to share with you. I would like to get your opinion on this situation. Okay. Now, let me make sure I'm going to word this correctly. He signed some things. Wait a minute. He reversed something that was in the works. He signed an executive decision about it. Executive order, excuse me. That reverses an earlier order that was going to stop militarizing the police departments. So, in other words, let me make sure I'm getting this right. In other words, it must have been Obama signed something to not allow the police departments to continue to become militarized with all the surplus items and whatnot. And Trump came in and reversed that, which means we're going to continue on this trend of having these militarized police departments. It's very difficult for me to be dead serious with this peace sign on top of my head, like alfalfa used to have. But at any rate, yeah, so more of a police state, ladies and gentlemen, and then now I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but also involved in the order, or a separate order altogether, was that the police can now just casually raid and break through doors or whatever without any kind of warrant. That cannot be possible. Well, I guess it can be possible because really our Fourth Amendment rights have been screwed for a long time. I believe Obama had something to do with that, or maybe even probably under the Patriot Act, now that I ponder. We haven't been living under a constitutional type government in so long that it's really hard to keep track of the shenanigans. Just wanting to get your opinion on what the militarization of the police departments with Trump. Last time I checked, across the board, no matter what you call yourself, from, far left to far right, nobody that I ever knew who would identify either like in any of those ways was ever happy about this police state and the martial law and all this jazz that you hear about. Nobody. Never knew one person to be in love with the idea. So why is he doing this? He cannot be appeasing his base, ladies and gentlemen. I think some people voted for him thinking that was going to change. I don't know why, though, because he never indicated that he wasn't law and order during the campaign. That's a little catchphrase, don't you know? A little thing to kind of blow a whistle or whatever. Law and order, law and order. Law and order for who? You know who I want law and order to go for? You know what kind of law and order I'd like to see unfold here in the U.S. of A., ladies and gentlemen? White collar crimes. From the banksters and the insurance people and the hideous corporations. You know how many deaths there have been in relation to corporate misdeeds, so to speak? Way more than your regular. They break the law way more. They cause more deaths than your average, I don't know, drunk driver or something. I don't know if drunk driver's up there with it, but actual criminal activity. When I say actual, you know what I mean. Street crime, like guns and beatings and all that jazz stuff. When you think of crime, you think of that stuff. I'm trying to change the course, ladies and gentlemen, and when you think of crime, I want you to think of somebody in a suit on Wall Street, or having a board meeting with their board of directors on how they're going to screw their workers. That's the kind of law and order I'd like to see in the U.S. of A., ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like to get your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on this action by President Trump. President Trump, it's a put on. Remember that song, Eminence Front by The Who? All right, well, whatever. I changed the words. Okay, Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join me, join others, drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues and leave your labels at the door. Not to mention You will not be spoon-fed here at Lounging with Lisa. You will be given information, and hopefully it will spark your curiosity enough to look it up. Bye-bye now. See you later. Not sure if I'll be back on tonight or not. But, at some point, tomorrow morning or whatever. Live for you. Bye-bye.